at the very top of the African continent, where the golden sands of the Sahara run down to the blue of the Mediterranean, lies a small country with an absolutely enormous history, Tunisia. Home to around 12 million people, this is the northernmost nation in all of Africa. It was here that the mighty empire of Carthage once challenged Rome itself. Here that scenes of a galaxy far, far away were filmed in the desert, and here that a single act of protest lit a fire that would sweep across the entire Arab world. This is Tunisia, seen from above. Welcome to Aerial Atlas. Tunisia covers around 163,000 square kilometers, tucked into the northern coast of Africa. To the west and southwest lies its giant neighbor Algeria, and to the southeast Libya. But its soul is its coastline, where the Mediterranean wraps around the north and the east. In the north, green hills and fertile plains catch the sea rains, but travel south, and the land dries into golden steppe, shimmering salt lakes, and finally the immense, empty dunes of the Sahara Desert. Long ago, this small stretch of coast was the center of one of the ancient world's great powers, Carthage. Founded by Phoenician traders, it grew into a mighty maritime empire that ruled the western Mediterranean. It was from here that the legendary General Hannibal marched his army and his war elephants across the Alps to threaten Rome. After 3 brutal Punic wars, Rome finally destroyed Carthage, then rebuilt it, leaving behind spectacular ruins, including the colossal amphitheater of El Jem, one of the largest the Romans ever built. Tunisia's capital is the city of Tunis, where a labyrinth of a medina, an ancient walled old town, sits beside the modern city. Its narrow lanes are packed with bustling souks selling spices, carpets, and copper. Nearby lies one of the most beautiful villages in the Mediterranean. City Boo said, a cliff-top jewel of blue and white houses, bright doors and bougainvillea, gazing out over the sparkling sea, and the Bardo Museum holds one of the world's greatest collections of Roman mosaics. Tunisia has long been a land of sunshine and beaches. Along its warm Mediterranean coast lie golden resorts like Hammamet and Sousse, while off the southern shore sits the gentle island of Jerba, said by some to be the land of the lotus cedars from Homer's Odyssey, and home to one of the oldest Jewish communities in the world. For decades, Europeans have flocked here for the sun, the sea, and the ancient charm. But head south, and Tunisia reveals its wildest face, the Sahara. Here lie oasis towns heavy with date palms, the vast glittering salt flats of the Chat El Djerid, and the strange underground Berber homes of Matmata, carved into the earth. This otherworldly landscape was so alien that George Lucas chose it as the desert planet of Tatooine in Star Wars, the very name borrowed from the Tunisian town of Tataouine. To ride a camel out into these dunes at sunset is unforgettable. In recent history, this small country changed the world. In late 2010, a desperate street vendor named Mohamed Bouazizi set himself alight in protest, and the grief and anger that followed erupted into the Jasmine Revolution. Within weeks, Tunisians toppled their long-ruling dictator, and the spark leapt across the region, igniting the wider Arab Spring. Of all the nations swept up in that storm, Tunisia became the one that managed, however imperfectly, to build a democracy. Tunisia's identity is a rich weave of many threads. Its oldest roots are Amazigh, or Berber, the indigenous people of North Africa. Onto that came the Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, Ottomans, and French, each leaving their mark. Today it is a proudly Arab and largely Muslim nation, where Arabic and French mix in everyday speech, and where a warm, easygoing hospitality welcomes the visitor at every turn. Tunisian food is a fragrant, fiery delight. The national dish is couscous, the fluffy steamed grain piled with vegetables, meat, or fish. But the true heart of the cuisine is harissa, the smoky, spicy red chili paste that Tunisians put on almost everything. There is the crispy fried brick pastry with its runny egg, fresh grilled seafood, sweet honeyed pastries like macroud, and to finish, glasses of strong mint tea poured with pine nuts. This is also a land of the olive. Tunisia is one of the largest producers of olive oil on the entire planet, its silvery groves stretching for mile after mile. From the desert oases come mountains of sweet dates, and beneath the southern ground lie rich deposits of phosphate, a key Tunisian export. Together with textiles and tourism, these form the backbone of a hard-working economy in a country with few other natural riches. Modern Tunisia is young and remarkably well educated. It has long been one of the most socially progressive nations in the Arab world, granting women rights, decades ago, that were unmatched across the region. Yet it also wrestles with real struggles. High youth unemployment and economic hardship that push many of its brightest young people to seek a future across the sea in Europe. It is a nation of great promise and great challenges. And then there is football, which Tunisians follow with fierce devotion. The national team, known as the Eagles of Carthage, are one of Africa's proudest sides. Back in 1978, they made history as the first African team ever to win a match at a World Cup finals. Roared on by passionate fans draped in red and white, the Eagles have qualified again and again. And for 2026, they soar once more onto the world stage. A small country where the Sahara meets the sea of Carthage and Couscous, blue and white villages and Star Wars sands that once set the whole Arab world alight. That was Tunisia from above. If you enjoyed the journey, subscribe. Here on Aerial Atlas, we fly over a new country every day.